Few victories in history come at such a devastating cost that they leave the winner questioning whether they truly triumphed at all. In 279 BC, Pyrrhus, king of Epirus, faced this bitter truth. On the blood-soaked fields of Asculum, he led his army to a hard-fought victory against the relentless legions of Rome, but the price he paid would echo through the ages, haunting his dreams of conquest. This is the full story of the Battle of Ascalum, a clash where Rome learned to defy the might of war elephants, and Pyrrhus discovered that winning a battle could mean losing everything. Welcome to a tale of ambition, resilience, and the brutal cost of war. To grasp the Battle of Ascalum, we must first explore why the Pyrrhic War ignited. In southern Italy, the prosperous Greek city of Tarentum thrived for centuries, its wealth built on trade and independence. But by the late 3rd century BC, a rising power loomed on the horizon: Rome. The Romans' relentless expansion southward threatened Tarentum's autonomy, sparking panic among its leaders. Desperate, Tarentum turned to Pyrrhus, the cunning and ambitious king of Epirus. A warrior with the blood of Alexander the Great in his lineage, Pyrrhus saw more than a plea for help. He saw a chance to forge a Greek empire in the west, rivaling the legacy of his legendary ancestor. In 280 BC, Pyrrhus landed in Italy with 33,000 troops, hoplites, cavalry, and archers, and 19 towering war elephants, a weapon Rome had rarely faced. His first clash with the Romans at Heraclea proved his brilliance. The elephants stampeded through Roman lines, securing a Greek victory, but Pyrrhus soon learned a harsh lesson. Rome didn't crumble. Defeated, they simply raised new armies, their resolve unshaken. By 279 BC, the stage was set for a second showdown, one that would test both Pyrrhus' genius and Rome's endurance at Asculum. At Asculum, two formidable forces collided. Pyrrhus commanded a diverse army: disciplined Greek hoplites, a Macedonian-style phalanx, swift Thessalian cavalry, and his trump card, those 19 war elephants capable of shattering any line. Estimates suggest he fielded around 25,000 to 33,000 men, a blend of skill and raw power. Rome countered with a massive force of 40,000 to 50,000 soldiers, led by consuls Publius Decius Mus and Publius Sulpicius Severio. Their legions were battle-hardened, supported by cavalry and auxilia. This time they brought innovation: anti-elephant wagons equipped with spikes and flaming projectiles, designed to turn Pyrrhus' greatest strength into chaos. The terrain itself was a wild card. Asculum's uneven landscape, with its hills and thick woods, hampered Pyrrhus' elephants while favoring Rome's adaptable formations. Both sides knew this fight would demand more than brute force. It would require cunning. The first day erupted in violence. Employees' shields locked against the Greek phalanx, arrows darkened the sky, and the air filled with the screams of the wounded. Pyrrhus pushed hard, but the Romans under their consuls stood firm. The jagged terrain bottled up his elephants, rendering them near useless. As sunset painted the battlefield red, no side could claim victory. Casualties mounted. Thousands fell on both sides. Pyrrhus retreated to his camp, his mind racing. He knew he had to adapt, or Rome's stubborn resistance would grind him down. Day 2 dawned with Pyrrhus unveiling a daring plan. He maneuvered the Romans onto flatter ground, exposing their lines. Then, with a thunderous roar, he unleashed his war elephants. The massive beasts charged, trampling Roman soldiers and sowing panic. But Rome was ready. Flaming javelins streaked through the air, striking the elephants. Spiked wagons rolled forward, wounding the beasts and driving them into a frenzy. Still, Pyrrhus's infantry pressed the advantage, cutting through the chaos. By nightfall, the Romans broke, retreating in disarray. Pyrrhus had won, but at what cost? Victory came at a staggering price. Pyrrhus lost 3,500 of his best men. Veterans he couldn't replace. The Romans lost 6,000, yet their losses barely dented their manpower. Standing amid the dead, Pyrrhus turned to his officers and spoke words that would define his legacy. If we are victorious in one more battle with the Romans, we shall be utterly ruined. Realizing Rome's endless resilience, Pyrrhus abandoned his Italian ambitions. He sailed to Sicily to fight Carthage, leaving Rome to recover. When he returned in 275 BC, the Romans were stronger. At Beneventum, their anti-elephant tactics triumphed, forcing Pyrrhus to retreat for good. His dream of a Western empire faded, while Rome's star rose. The Battle of Asculum etched itself into history. Rome's ability to adapt and endure outmatched Pyrrhus' brilliance. His forces were finite. Rome's seemed boundless. Years later, Rome turned those lessons against Greece itself, marking the rise of its power over the Greek world. Today, we call such a hollow triumph a Pyrrhic victory, a win that cost too much to celebrate. Pyrrhus was a genius of war, but Rome was the future.